All right. Good evening, friends. This is Ashish from the CrackIAS. I think it is not streaming. Good evening. This is Ashish from CrackIAS, and this week we will try to discuss the preamble to the Constitution. In the entire session, I will try to decode the keywords of the preamble, which is quite relevant for the prelims as well as for the mains purpose. Friends, overall, I'm giving a bird's eye view to the entire video session. It will be like I will try to cover what is the meaning of the preamble, few standard definition of the preamble, as well as a layman definition of the preamble to the Constitution, followed by historical underpinning and the purpose the preamble is intended to serve. I will also try to decode, as I have stated, this is the theme of our session. We'll try to decode the keyword of the preamble to the Constitution. Keywords, they are, as of now, I have shorted 12 keywords are there in the preamble, which need to be discussed in an elaborated manner. Again, I will try to discuss the judicial pronouncement related to the preamble to the Constitution, followed by the importance of the preamble, criticism of the preamble. For example, if the ideals pitched in the preamble are utopian or egalitarian, or it is realistic in nature. So I will try to discuss that also in case time is there, and after that I will conclude the entire session by concluding remark. So first, what is preamble? Friends, as I stated that preamble, the keywords of the preamble are being asked each year by the UPSC, either in the prelims or in the main session. So in simplest connotation, preamble is an introductory and expressionary statement. It means it is an introductory statement or expression वाला जो statement होता है वो होता है that explains the purpose and the underlying philosophy to the Constitution. I will repeat. In simplest connotation, preamble is an introductory and expressionary statement that explains the purpose and underlying philosophy of the Constitution. There are other definitions of the preamble as well, like it is a preface or summary or essence of the Constitution. I will repeat. Preamble is also considered as the preface to the Constitution, summary to the Constitution, or essence of the Constitution. Basically, preamble represent quintessent philosophy, ideals, or soul to the entire Constitution of India. I will repeat. In layman's term, preamble represent what? In simplest, like for example, this is phone. I have to unlock this. I have to apply my fingerprint. So preamble is fingerprint to the Constitution in simplest and layman term. In order to better understand develop the understanding to the preamble of the Constitution, ये हमारे फोन का फिंगरप्रिंट होता है, जैसे जैसे हमारे फोन में हम लोग फिंगरप्रिंट डाला और ईयर कोड डाला और वो फोन अनलॉक हो जाता है, इसी तरह preamble to the Constitution is that only कि आपने उसको पढ़ा और आपको पता चल जाएगी आपके फोन में और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में क्या है. Again, what is expected out of the preamble? Friends, it is expected to embody the fundamental values and philosophy on which Constitution is based and aims and objective which the founding fathers enjoined to the polity to strive and to achieve. I will repeat the statement again. Preamble to the Constitution is expected to embody the fundamental values and philosophy on which Constitution is based and objective which the founding fathers enjoined to the polity to strive to achieve. Means two things are there: fundamental values, and second is the objective which preamble is supposed to discuss. Okay. Now, coming to the historical underpinning of the preamble to the Constitution of India, we all know that in the late 90s in Jawaharlal Nehru pitched objective resolution. Okay, the same was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on January 22nd of 1947, and ideas pitched or embodied in this resolution are faithfully reflected in the preamble to the Constitution of India. It means its basis of our preamble lies in the objective resolution pitched by embodied by the Jawaharlal Nehru, and it was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on the January 22nd, 1947. It was adopted, to be very clear, to adopted, not enacted. Okay, so there is difference. Again, uh, cons- uh, constitutional experts call it key to the constitution. The preamble is known as the key to the constitution, but interestingly, uh, it was adopted in the constitution on the recommendation of the drafting committee to the Constituent Assembly after the inception of the constitution. So the key itself was adopted after the room has been, और घर बनने के बाद चाबी आई, ऐसा नहीं होगी पहले चाबी आ गई फिर घर बना. So दिस इज इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट दैट प्रीएम्बल टू द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन सबसे बाद में आया, इसलिए इस पर डिबेट भी होता है कि इज इट पार्ट ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन और इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन और नॉट. सो वी विल डिस्कस दिस आल्सो इफ व्हाट जुडिशरी थिंक्स ऑफ द प्रीएम्बल टू द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. Again, friends, before going to the preamble, I would like to actually quote the entire preamble. In case you have the same, try to open it, read it, and I will try to decode all the words given in the preamble one by one. So it's a request to kindly open the preamble. आपके पास जो भी फॉर्म है, सॉफ्ट फॉर्म, हार्ड फॉर्म, कहीं पे भी किसी भी बुक के शायद फर्स्ट पेज पे आपको मिल जाएगा, जो गवर्नमेंट बुक है, शायद भी कोई बुक होगी वो आपको मिल जाएगा फर्स्ट पेज पे. तो प्रीएम्बल है क्या? बेसिकली मैं प्रीएम्बल के वर्ड्स को एज इट इज लिटरली पढ़ रहा हूँ, ठीक है ना. सो प्रीएम्बल स्टेट दैट वी द पीपल ऑफ इंडिया हैविंग solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thoughts, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of the status and opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation. Okay, ये पूरा प्रीएम्बल था, ठीक है ना. उसके बाद फॉलो होता है इन आवर कंस्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली दिस 26th day of November 1949 do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this constitution. ठीक है ना. तो जो इनेक्शन अडॉप्शन हुआ है, ठीक है ना, ये 26 नवंबर 1949 को हुआ है into the constitution. Now, friends, the interesting fact is the words used in the preamble are some of the noblest. Okay, for example, there is mention of the justice, there is mention of liberty, there is mention of equality, and so on. Okay, so these are noblest word, and they embody the highest value that human ingenuity and experience have been able to devise so far. So that's why it is very important to know and understand and understand a good develop a good understanding of the preamble to the constitution. So I will try to decode all of the words of the preamble one by one. But before that, we need to know what is the purpose of the preamble. Purpose, किसी भी चीज का कोई पर्पस होता है, वो पर्पसलेस नहीं होता. ये तो फिर भी preamble to the constitution है, तो डेफिनेटली इट नीड टू बी कैरी सम पर्पस विद इट. पर्पस क्या है इसका? फर्स्ट, it talks about the source which constituent our constitution derives our authority. Means ये source है from which our the constitution derives its authority. कहाँ से हमारे constitution की authority derive होती है, वो इसके बारे में बोलता है. We the people, this is the source, ultimate source of the our constitution. Again, it lays down the objects which are the which constituent assembly seeks to establish and promote. First thing is the source of the authority. Second is one is the objects, noble object which constituent assembly or our founding fathers strive to achieve in order to make our democracy vibrant and complete. So there are two purposes that our preamble serves. First, it is a source of authority to the constitution. Second one is this object which the constitution or constitutional assembly seeks to establish and promote. Okay, so hope the things are clear to you. In case anything is not clear, kindly jot down your all the queries. I will try to resolve all your queries in the end of the session. Now, coming to the keywords to the constitution, it is very important, and I will try my level best to decode all the words given in the constitution, which is meaningful for the UPSC. Otherwise, it is itself a matter of research. So for the UPSC purpose, whatsoever is important, I will try to discuss all the things best of my capacity. First, the opening paragraph, opening word, we the people, comma, ठीक है ना. तो ये यहाँ फर्स्ट थिंग है जो अपने प्रीएम्बल में दिया हुआ है, और जनरली वी टेंड टू इग्नोर दिस वर्ड, बट आई विल ट्राई टू डिकोड द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस वर्ड ऑल्सो. Now, what is from where this particular statement came? It is said to be adopted from the Constitution of the US. वहाँ पे भी लिखा हुआ we the people. And what is the purpose of this word we the people? There are 2 or 3 purposes. I will try to discuss all the purposes related to the we the people connotation. First, we the people, by stating this, it means the people of India are ultimate sovereign. Okay. In other words, it is only source where residence of sovereignty and source of the constitution can be questioned, can be ascertained, as there is no explicit provision in the constitution with reference to the sovereignty. I will repeat it. By the phrase we the people, it is explicit that the ultimate sovereignty lies in the people of India, and people of India are ultimate sovereign, and it is the only source in the entire constitution wherein residence of sovereignty and source of the constitution can be ascertained, as there is no explicit provision in the constitution with reference to the sovereignty. Okay, कहीं पे भी constitution अपने constitution में except this sovereignty कहीं पे भी explicit mention नहीं है कि आपकी residence of sovereignty, आपके sovereignty of residence कहाँ पे है. So that's why it is very important. Okay, second, by the phrase we the people, it is being made clear that there is in India there is no division of sovereignty. Okay, no division of sovereignty means as we all know that we are a union of the states, and we are basically a quasi federal. We are having this quasi federal polity. Now we all know that the power between such political establishment is divided between union and the state. But the sovereignty of the Indian constitution or Indian polity is one, and it is ultimate, and there is no division of sovereignty in terms when it comes to the different division or the parts of the state in the sense, in terms nation state. Okay, so in order to maintain that sovereignty, union is given few overriding powers over the state. What are these power? First, emergency सबको पता है जितने टाइप्स की होती हैं. दिस इज मैटर ऑफ डिस्कशन. एक अच्छा खासा क्लास है इसके लिए, तो वी कैन डिस्कस दिस लेटर ऑन किसी क्लास में, इन केस समथिंग इज नॉट क्लियर टू यू पीपल. सेकेंड इज द इन नॉर्मल टाइम्स. ये तो इमरजेंसी टाइम में हो गया जब यूनियन को ओवरराइडिंग पावर्स होते हैं. सेकेंड पार्ट है इसका, इन नॉर्मल टाइम्स ऑल्सो यूनियन हैज ओवरराइडिंग पावर्स. कैसे? रेफर आर्टिकल 249. It talks about the state list, wherein the council of the state or Rajya Sabha is empowered to make any change in the interest of nation. Obviously, it can't be any change in such state list. There are 3 lists: union, state, and concurrent. Union exclusive powers to the union of the India. State के पास पावर्स होता है, एंड कंकरेंट जो दोनों के बीच में लाई करती हैं. ठीक है ना. तो स्टेट लिस्ट, इन केस ऑफ स्टेट लिस्ट फेडरेशन फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर है, तो स्टेट को ऑटोनॉमी एक सर्टेन एक्सटेंट तक दी गई है, बट with some riders. Rider क्या है? Article 249. If the council of the state thinks it is fit in the interest of nation or the national interest to make any change in this state list, they can make it also, but not less than 2/3 of the members present and voting. Means आपको वहां पे चाहिए होगी majority. Sorry. Friends, the theme of all these things are basically our national sovereignty is one and indivisible. Means the bottom line is our national sovereignty is one and indivisible, and we the people assure indestructibility of the union. And the word we the people assure this कि अपना जो यूनियन है वो इनडिस्ट्रक्टिव है, कहीं पे टूट नहीं सकता. Don't think of even in the wildest of dream, in case someone is thinking that, sorry, I will take a break. There is one popular word doing rounds, the tukre gang. Okay, not to be on political side, but in case if someone is thinking or giving a wildest thought to it, it is not possible. Okay, because the word itself, we the people, assures that our sovereignty is ultimate and it is indivisible as well. Okay. Finally, preamble to the constitution affirms the idea of one nation, one constitution and one polity. I will repeat. The word we the people, or the statement we the people, assures or affirms the idea of one nation, one constitution and one polity. And overall it is given that we the people, I have actually मैंने read भी किया था पूरा अपना preamble, तो उसमें ये लिखा था we the people adopt, enact and given ourselves to the constitution. So the source of authority is also we the people only. हम लोग ही सोर्स ऑफ अथॉरिटी भी हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के, और हम लोग सॉवरेन भी हैं, ठीक है ना. तो बाय द वर्ड वी द पीपल इट इज बीइंग अफर्म्ड एंड इट इज बीइंग एश्योर्ड आल्सो. नाउ hope the things are clear to you. I will repeat again. By the phrase we the people, it is it is explicit that people of India are ultimate sovereign and sovereignty of India is undestructible or indivisible. Okay, now again, as per our founding fathers, it was only affirmed that we were one people, that is people of India, and not people of the separate state. Friends, in India there are in certain state and among the certain places there is undue attention or undue attachment to the states, or the states identity is given due importance and it is being kept over the identity of the nation. So to curb all these separatist tendency, the we the people word also assures or solemnly affirm that we are one people and people of India, and we are not people of separate state like the any state XYZ. Simply, in simple words, or simply, constitution was framed and adopted by whole people of India and in their collective capacity as one indivisible sovereign unit. I will repeat. The constitution of India was framed and adopted by whole people of India and in their collective capacity as one indivisible sovereign unit. Okay, hope the things are clear. What is the meaning of the phrase we the people to you? Now, as I discussed, I will try to decode at least 12 keywords of the preamble to the constitution. Coming to the second one, that is sovereign. What is the meaning of sovereign and sovereignty in the preamble to the constitution? Friends, in terms of political science and political jurisprudence, the term sovereign is considered as the one of the essential attribute of a state. State here is nation state, not the state like XYZ जो अपने इंडिया में है, ठीक है ना, वो नहीं. इंटरनेशनल टर्म एंड पॉलिटिकल ज्यूरिस्प्रूडेंस में स्टेट उसको बोला जाता है, जैसे इंडिया इज ए स्टेट, वो वाला, ठीक है ना, ना कि आपका यूपी या फिर दिल्ली या फिर ऐसा कुछ भी, ठीक है ना, वो नहीं होता, ठीक है। अगेन the sovereignty refers to the, I will repeat the first and foremost and simplest example of the of definition of the sovereignty. It tells that it is the one of the essential attribute of a state. आपके पास sovereignty नहीं है तो आप एक state के रूप में नहीं जाना जा सकते, that is the simple meaning of the this word, ठीक है ना। तो sovereignty is the one of the essential component or the ingredient of a state. Again, sovereignty refers to the independent authority of a state, which state has, it means the state has power to legislate on any subject. Okay. This also means that the sovereignty is refers to the independent authority wherein a state can legislate on any subject and has a power, unlimited power to legislate on any subject, and it is not subject to the influence or subdued duration of any other state or external power, unlike few unions like European Union wherein the sovereignty has been compromised at certain extent. Okay, so in terms of sovereignty एक complex एक मतलब पॉलिटिकल साइंस के वर्ड में इट मींस कि आपके पास अल्टीमेट अथॉरिटी होती है टू लेजिस्लेट ऑन एनी सब्जेक्ट, ठीक है ना। और जहां पे सोवरेनिटी कंप्रोमाइज होगी यूरोपियन यूनियन, ठीक है ना, वहां पे उन्होंने एक एक्सटेंट तक अपनी सोवरेनिटी को डाइल्यूट किया है, ठीक है ना, बी इट इकोनॉमिक और समथिंग एल्स, बट वो कहीं ना कहीं डाइल्यूट हुई है। Now, as per political pundits, where there resides within itself a supreme or absolute power, acknowledging no superior, is known as sovereign state. The sovereignty or the sovereign, the definition of sovereignty or sovereign state, as per the political pundit, is a sovereign state is that place where there resides within itself a supreme and absolute power, acknowledging no superior. Okay, that is known as the sovereign state. Now it is not only as per the, it is not as per the only political or political jurisprudence, but also Supreme Court affirms in Keshwanandan Bharti case that India is a sovereign because it could make or unmake any decision with respect to itself. Okay, I will repeat. In Keshwanandan Bharti case, Supreme Court reiterated or given a verdict that India is sovereign because it could make or unmake any decision with respect to itself. Definitely, by following certain procedures, which is known as the constitutional amendment or any amendment to the constitution or alteration to the constitution. कुछ लिमिटेशन में आप अपने गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया कोई भी चीज को बना भी सकती है और तोड़ भी सकती है, दैट इज द एज पर द सुप्रीम कोर्ट, ये सोवरेनिटी का एक अफर्मेशन है, ठीक है ना। Friends, in the modern geopolitical scenario, we all know that there are two or three kind of things going on. First is the membership of the international organizations like UN or Commonwealth or any organizations, RECP, there are lots of going on, WTO, ठीक है ना। तो as per the modern political science, no modern state is sovereign in true sense. कैसे? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपको मान लीजिए ब्लू बॉक्स और ब्लू बॉक्स और ऑरेंज बॉक्स और रेड बॉक्स के बारे में लोग सुनते रहते हैं काफी, WTA के द्वारा ये किया गया है, ठीक है ना। उसमें आपको क्या होता है, आप सब्सिडी देते हैं तो उसके कुछ लिमिटेशंस हैं, आप अपने मन से कोई चीज पे किसी चीज पे अनलिमिटेड सब्सिडी नहीं दे सकते क्योंकि आप WTO के मेंबर हो, आपको कुछ सर्टेन नॉर्म्स फॉलो करने होते हैं, ठीक है ना। रेड मीन्स आप नहीं दे सकते या ब्लू मीन्स आप दे सकते हैं, सर्टेन व्हाइट मतलब ऐसे ही है, कलर कोडिंग कर दी है सब्सिडी, कहाँ कहाँ अलाउड है कहाँ कहाँ अलाउड नहीं है, एक्सेप्ट टू द सर्टेन कंडीशन लाइक द वॉर एंड एग्रेशन ऑफ द फ्यू स्टेट, ठीक है ना। तो ऐसे कंडीशन में कहीं ना कहीं आपकी सॉवरेनिटी डाइल्यूट होती है या कंप्रोमाइज होती है। सो एज पर द मॉडर्न पॉलिटिकल पंडित्स, नो मॉडर्न स्टेट इज सॉवरेन इन ट्रेडिशनल टर्म्स। होप द थिंग्स आर क्लियर टू यू। Again, but it doesn't mean that government of India is not sovereign. Government of India ensures that its strategic autonomy is not compromise, and is quite vigilant in protecting the interest of its people. ठीक है ना? So I will repeat. Despite of the membership of Indian government to the different organizations like UNO, WHO, WTO, and so, Indian government is vigilant and quite assertive to not lose its strategic autonomy. Okay. Now coming to the second thing, that is globalization. Globalization क्या है? बहुत मतलब interwoven things like MNC culture. सिंपल टर्म्स में MNC कल्चर, इंडिया की भी कुछ एमएनसीज है, बाहर की भी कुछ कंपनीज है लाइक एमएनसी, टीसीएस इंडियन एमएनसी, और विप्रो इस टाइप की कंपनीज है, या फिर कंपनीज जैसे एचपी हो गई, डेल हो गई, गूगल हो गई, अमेजोन हो गई, ये सब कंपनीज जो बाहर की हैं. सो बेसिकली दे आर ऑल्सो सोवरेन इन सर्टेन एक्सटेंट. ठीक है ना? तो ये क्या करते हैं ना, एक अलग टाइप का एक वर्क कल्चर आते हैं. गूगल जो इंजीनियर्स होंगे दे माइट बी नोइंग दिस the charm of working with Google. So Google is different kind of state also. So with the advent of the globalization, क्या हुआ कि कहीं ना कहीं कि the sovereignty of nation state is being compromised. ठीक है ना? It is being claimed that at least कि sovereignty is being compromised, and it, to a certain extent it is also true. Because मैं किसी कंपनी के लिए यदि काम कर रहा हूँ तो मेरी लॉयल्टी शायद फर्स्ट वहीं से हो जाती है, बाद में बहुत सारी चीजें आती हैं. बीइंग ए नॉर्मल ह्यूमन बीइंग, मैं बात नहीं कर रहा बहुत सारी दूसरी चीजें कंसीडर चीजों को छोड़ के. ठीक है ना? तो कहीं ना कहीं आपकी जो लॉयल्टी है इट लाइज विथ दैट कंपनी. ठीक है ना? आप पहले उस कंपनी का कभी कभी इंटरेस्ट देख लेते हैं. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज बीइंग क्लेम्ड दैट आफ्टर द एडवेंट और आफ्टर द ग्लोबलाइजेशन वेव्स, द sovereignty of a nation state or any nation state is being compromised. And it is true to certain extent also, and it is matter of debate itself. But the counter claims are also that are there in terms of few reasoning that globalization is not per se a dilution but modification of the manner in which sovereignty is exercised. Okay, I will repeat. As per the counter claims of the globalization, that globalization is not a dilution but modification of the manner in which sovereignty is exercised. And globalization requires the more responsible use of sovereignty. As per the supporters of the globalization, it is not the dilution but the modification of the manner in which sovereignty is being exercised nowadays, and it requires more responsible use of the sovereignty. Okay. And there is one more term that is being wrong. This is globalization, means आपके लोकल चीजों का ग्लोबल चीजों के साथ एसिमिलेशन इज ग्लोबलाइजेशन. ठीक है ना? सो यू कैन ऑल्सो दैट बिसाइड दिस ग्लोबलाइजेशन देयर इज ग्लोबलाइजेशन ऑल्सो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इंडिया का पिज्जा इज क्वाइट डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द बाहर का पिज्जा. ठीक है ना? यहाँ के पिज्जा में बहुत सारी चीजें होती है जो इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड और इंडियन टेस्ट के हिसाब से डाला जाता है. सेम गोज विद द कोका कोलाज एंड एवरीथिंग. वो हमारे टेस्ट को पहले रिसर्च करते हैं और लोकल चीजों को डाल देते हैं. ठीक है ना? मसाला सोडा. ठीक है ना? सो दैट कैन बी ग्लोबल एग्जांपल ऑफ ग्लोबलाइजेशन. मैं लेमन टर्म्स यूज कर रहा हूँ, डोंट गेट इट लाइक कोई हार्ड एंड फास्ट थिंग्स है. सो सॉरी. नाउ कमिंग टू द थर्ड वर्ड, दैट इज सोशलिस्ट. ठीक है ना? सोशलिस्ट क्या है? The word socialist was added via 42nd constitutional amendment, okay, 1976. I will repeat. The socialist term socialist was added into the preamble to the constitution via 42nd constitutional amendment of 1976. Sadly, it is not defined in the constitution what is the meaning of the socialism or being a socialist state. It is not defined in the constitution. Actually, the word included or draw or it got mentioned in the constitution, into the preamble to the constitution, because it was believed that the word socialist was introduced to qualify the word preamble, means to qualify the word republic. I will repeat. The word socialist into the preamble to the constitution was added to qualify the word republic to the preamble to the constitution. Okay. So by 42nd constitutional amendment, the word socialist is added into the preamble to the constitution, but it is not defined. However, via 45th constitutional amendment, a try was given to define the वर्ड सोशलिज्म, कहते हैं ना मोटा मोटा डेफिनेशन दिया गया वर्ड सोशलिज्म का बाय द 45th constitutional amendment. What it says, socialism is free from all forms of exploitation. ठीक है, I will repeat. Being a socialist state means a state free from all form of exploitation. और किस टाइप का एक्सप्लॉयटेशन दिया गया? सोशल, इकोनॉमिक एंड पॉलिटिकल. It means if a nation state is free from social, economic, and political exploitation, it is per se can be said as a socialist state. Now, it was given a decent try was given to it to define, but the word itself, the socialism word is itself very hard to define. But there are few meanings or definition to the word socialism. I will try to give few definition to it. Like dictionary meaning of the word socialism is to placing means of production plus distribution in public hand. Public here doesn't mean the हम लोग, ठीक है ना? Public here means the state or the nation state. I will repeat. As per the dictionary meaning of the word socialism, it means placing means of production plus distribution in public hands. ठीक है ना? Public hands मतलब not state. I will again repeat. Or against the private ownership. Socialism is against the private ownership of means of distribution and production. Okay. Again, as per another definition, socialism means elimination of inequality in income, status, and standards of living. I will repeat. The meaning of socialism is to eliminate the inequality in the income, status, and standards of the living. Okay, so hope the things are clear to you. But again, there is nothing like absolute in terms of when we talk. We have the LPG reforms. Okay, 1991 onward में we have enacted the LPG reforms. Hope the LPG reform word is clear to you. जहाँ पे प्राइवेटाइजेशन को पुश दिया गया, ठीक है ना, और स्टेट के रोल को इन टर्म्स ऑफ इकोनॉमी डिक्रीज किया गया विद सब्सिक्वेंट रिफॉर्म्स. The license raj was removed. There are many things which were incorporated after the LPG reforms. So basically, LPG reforms created a great divide within India, and it is against the state principle of the word socialism, which was incorporated and enacted into the constitution of the India. How very known phrase, there is growing divide between Bharat and India. इट मीन्स कि भारत और इंडिया अलग अलग चीजें जो है, भारत जो गांव में रहती है और जो इंडिया जो शहरों में रहती है, भारत जो लेस वे डाउन ट्रोडन है, इंडिया जो वेल ऑफ है, उनमें डिवाइड धीरे धीरे बढ़ते जा रही है. एंड ऑल टू अ सर्टेन एक्सटेंट इट गोज इट इज रीजन इज ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ द एलपीजी रिफॉर्म. हाँ, कुछ लोगों को बहुत ज्यादा हेल्प मिल गई, कुछ लोगों को वो पीछे रह गए इन द रेस ऑफ economic empowerment. So this LPG reform hardly qualified to be considered as the socialistic attempt. Okay, I will repeat. After the LPG reforms, it is said that the inequality between the class and a certain class basically is increasing day by day, and it doesn't qualify the word socialism to the preamble to the Constitution of India. And what is the literal and definition dictionary meaning of the socialism? It is not qualified in that sense. But there are few ideals behind this socialism also. As per the Jawaharlal Nehru, we are not a socialist country, but we are having this socialistic pattern of the society. Again, the phrase socialistic pattern of society. India is having this socialistic pattern of the society. Again, there's no comprehensive definition of this word, socialistic pattern of the society. But as per the Jawaharlal Nehru, it essentially means that a welfare state an equalitarian society wherein there will be no discrimination based on this caste, class, or creed. I will repeat. As per the socialistic pattern of society, the meaning of the socialistic pattern society is a welfare state where there is egalitarian society and there is no discrimination between any citizen. Okay, and the reduction and elimination of at least economic inequality will be its major objective. What is the meaning of the socialistic pattern of society? And objective of ultimate objective of a socialistic pattern of societies, ultimate objective is the elimination or reduction of the economic inequality among the different class and citizens. Okay, and to become a egalitarian society or equalitarian society, there are actually many a definition of this word socialistic pattern of society. Actually, as per the erstwhile planning commission जो अब हम लोगों ने रिजॉल्व कर दिया, as per the words, as per the definition of the planning commission, the socialistic pattern of society is actually socialism is the basic criterion, and there cannot be a as per the planning commission, there cannot be a private profit but the social gain, and the pattern of development and structure of the socio-economic relations should be planned in that way that they do not only result into a appropriate increase in the national income but also employment, and it needs to be ensure greater equality in income and wealth. I will repeat the standard definition given by the planning commission. As per the planning commission, the basic criterion of the socialistic pattern of society should be the should not be the private gain but it should be the social gain, and a development in an order that it not only increases the national income but also create employment and create equality of the income and status between or among the citizens of the nation. It is the definition given by the planning commission. Okay, so hope the things are clear to you. What is the meaning of the word socialism? Okay, friends, the principle of aim of the socialism is to eliminate inequality of income, to eliminate inequality of the status, and to eliminate the inequality of the standards of life. Okay, and to provide decent standard of life to working population. And this definition was given by and Supreme Court of India. I will repeat: the principal aim of a socialistic pattern of society or socialist state need to be the elimination of inequality of income, elimination of the inequality of the status, and elimination of the inequality of the standards of life, and to provide decent standard of life to the working population. Okay, so hope the word socialism is clear to all of you. In case something is nothing clear, please let me know. Smarty Study is saying hello. Actually, you can ask any question in case something clear is not clear to you. आपके queries हैं तो there is box given. आपके पास YouTube पे भी ऑप्शन है, जो हमारे पेड स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनके पास भी ऑप्शन है, ठीक है ना. सो आई विल ट्राई टू रिजॉल्व ऑल दीज क्वेरीज रिलेटेड टू जो आपके दिमाग में आ रही हैं चीजें ना. आई विल ट्राई टू रिजॉल्व दिस. प्लीज ट्राई टू पुट द क्वेश्चंस, अदरवाइज इट विल अल्टीमेटली बिकम ए मोनोलॉग, ठीक है ना. बेसिक पर्पस ऑफ दिस इंटायर एक्सरसाइज टू get participation from your side, double way traffic also. So please in case something is there in your mind, you can ask preferably from the topic which I am discussing, otherwise you can ask from any other topic. We will try to resolve your query based on my knowledge and capacity. मैं try करूँगा कि वो resolve हो जाए. So now we have so far discussed the three things. First is the meaning of the phrase with the people. Second is what is the meaning of secular state. So I guess I'm unable to recall. Second was this social. What is the meaning of socialism? And now we will try to discuss the meaning of the secular state. This is a four phrase or four keyword given in the preamble to the Constitution, which is we will be the secular state. Now, secularism is doing a rounds for the entire 4 or 5 years. जब से ये गवर्नमेंट चेंज हुए, और या पहले से भी आवर सेक्युलर क्रेडेंशियल्स आर इन डेंजर, और ये ठीक है ना, बहुत सारी चीजें हो रही हैं. तो वी विल ट्राई टू डिक्लेयर द व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ द सेक्युलरिज्म इन इंडियन context, in the universal context, and what is the meaning of secularism for the western countries. So hold your seats for the next 5 or 10 minutes, and this entire confusion about this words confusion will be removed, I hope so. Now, friends, again, the word secularism was added into the preamble to the Constitution by the 42nd Amendment to the Constitution 1976. I will repeat. The word secular was added to the preamble to the Constitution via 42nd Amendment of the Constitution 1976. Now, as per this connotation, a secular state need to protect all religion equally and does not uphold any religion as state religion. I will repeat. As per this connotation, secular, being a secular state, state need to protect all religion equally and does not uphold any religion or state religion. यानी कि आपका कोई देश का कोई religion नहीं होगा, unlike इस्लामिक स्टेट ऑफ द पाकिस्तान. ठीक है ना, बहुत ही हमारा फेवरेट स्टेट नेशन स्टेट है, इसलिए आई रिपीट, ट्राई टू रिपीट दिस. और एक दिमाग में आ भी चलता था कि एक डिफरेंस क्रिएट हो जाता है, व्हाट वी आर एंड व्हाट पाकिस्तान इज. ओके, सो वी आर हैविंग सेक्युलर स्टेट, पाकिस्तान इज द इस्लामिक स्टेट ऑफ द पाकिस्तान. उनका स्टेट इस्लामिक है. So that is the basic difference. Again, from the point of view of Constitution, Article 25, Article 26, and Article 27 try to reinforce the word secular or secularism, and it was very much embedded into the constitutional philosophy. I will repeat. There are three, at least Article 25, 26, and 27, which try to reinforce the idea of secularism in India. And friends, basically our nation state was always secular, ठीक है ना, since its inception. But only the 42nd Amendment to the Constitution made the provision explicit, which was implicit. I will repeat. The credentials of our nation state was always secular. The 42nd Amendment made it only explicit, which was implicit. And there are lots of debate on it also, like it was, parachuted into the Indian Constitution. There are different views to it, and there need to be different views on any issues or topic, because we are living in democratic country and not in the autocratic country. So for me, I believe in this the secular credentials of India. So you can have some different opinion, but I believe in this secular credential of our country. Again, I will try to give the dictionary meaning of this word secularism. As per the dictionary meaning, it is the word secular is pertaining to this word or things. It is not outwardly things, यानी कि pertaining to our word only, and things that is not spiritual, not concerned with religion, or a system of belief that reject all form of religion, faith, worship. I will repeat. The dictionary meaning of the word secularism is it is pertaining to this word, not to the outward, मतलब बाहर का कोई दूसरे word से related नहीं है, and things which are not spiritual, not concerned with any religion or system of belief, that is, and it reject all form of religion and belief, faith and worship, whatever things are. It rejects. The word secular itself rejects all kind of things like any religion kind of thing. But there are different meaning and definition of this word secularism as well. As per the Encyclopedia Britannica, the definition of word secularism is it is qualified as a utilitarian ethics designed for the physical, spiritual, and moral improvement of mankind. I will repeat. The secularism is based on the utilitarian ethics, which is designed for the physical, spiritual, and moral improvement of mankind. Basically, it neither affirm nor derives the theistic premises of religion. I will repeat. As per the dictionary meaning or the Encyclopedia Britannica, the secularism neither affirms or nor denies the theistic premises of religion. Okay. Friends, actually the word secularism is a doctrine that opposes all form of domination. I will repeat this word. The word secularism is a doctrine that opposes all form of domination, be it intra-faith domination or be it inter-faith domination, be it intra-religion domination or be it intra-religious domination. It denounces or opposes all form of domination. It means everyone is equal before it. द सेकुलरिज्म का सबसे सिंपल एग्जांपल है कि सब एक जैसे हैं, कोई रिलीजन के बेसिस पे कोई बड़ा और कोई छोटा नहीं है, या कोई अच्छा और कोई खराब रिलीजन नहीं होता, ठीक है ना. But friends, again, you know, the Indian modus operandi of the secularism is quite different from what is being practiced in the Western world, or what is the universal standard of the word secularism. That's why we are different as a country, and as a vibrant democracy, we are different. How? I will try to discuss one by one. First, I will try to discuss what is the meaning of universal idea of secularism, followed by what is the meaning of secularism in Indian parlance, and third, I will try to discuss what is the meaning of secularism in the Western world, or in the Western country, what is the meaning of the word secularism. First, the universal idea of secularism. Friends, as per the universal idea of the secularism, state must not only refuse to be theocratic but also have no formal legal alliance with any religion. Again, I will repeat. As per the universal idea of the secularism, a state must have to refuse any theocratic alliance or legal alliance with any religion. Okay, so hope the things are clear to you. What is the universal meaning of the word secularism? It simply means separation of religion from the state. Okay, I will repeat. The universal idea of the secularism state for the separation of the religion from the nation state. Okay, again, friends, as per the universal idea of the secularism, it is a principle and goal that give least priority to the religion and any division based on the religion. Or as per the ideal of the secularism, a state must be separated from any organization and its institution. I will repeat. As per the universal idea of the secularism, a state must be separated from the organized or religion or its institution. But as I said, our mode or modus operandi of the secularism is quite different from the what is being practiced in the Western world and what are the universal standard. We are having our own Indian standards, like in the Indian standard time, our having this Indian secularist standards. ठीक है ना? You can call it ISS, yeah. Like Indian Standard Time, IST, ISS. ठीक है ना? वो क्या है? हम लोग भी डिस्कस करते हैं. Basically, in Indian parlance or Indian circumstances, secularism is embodied in the concept of equality and democracy, rather than the Western concept, which denies any space in the public space, any space of the region in the public space. I will repeat. Our idea of secularism is based on the concept of equality and democracy, and there is no separation of religion from the state. Okay. What is the meaning of it? Basically, we have the notion of the सर्व धर्म संभव, means यहाँ पे सभी धर्म को संभव माना गया है, मतलब सबके धर्म को समान अवसर मिला हुआ है यहाँ पे. Unlike the Western country wherein the nation state is being separated from the religion. ठीक है ना? Although hypocrisy उधर बहुत ज्यादा है, but let it be. It is not our point of discussion. But as per the Indian secularism, यहाँ पे हमारा क्या है? There is notion of the सर्व धर्म संभव. Instead of the mention of that is धर्म निरपेक्ष और पंथ निरपेक्ष. हम लोग धर्म निरपेक्ष या पंथ निरपेक्ष नहीं है, बल्कि हमारे यहाँ क्या नोशन है? सर्व धर्म संभव का. धर्म निरपेक्ष मतलब तो है क्या? The religion need to be separated from the state. But अपने यहाँ ऐसा नहीं है. We are totally into this कि हम लोग सारे रिलीजन को इक्वल और इक्वलिटी के साथ प्रमोट करते हैं और प्रश्रय भी देते हैं, ठीक है ना. So that is our idea of the secularism. Actually, friends, in India, secularism is secure through legitimate function of religion and legitimate and expanding function of the state. I will repeat. In India, secularism is secure through the legitimate function of the religion and the legitimate and expanding function of the state. It means कि as an individual unit, religion thrive or strive कर सकती है, and as individual unit, state भी strive and strive करती है, but स्टेट के पास थोड़े से एक्सपेंडिंग पावर्स हैं व्हेन इट कम्स टू द सेकुलरिज्म, ठीक है ना. सो कोई भी ऐसा प्रैक्टिस दैट इज डेरोगेटरी टू द ह्यूमन और इट इज इमोरल इन टर्म्स ऑफ मॉडर्न पैरेलेंस, ठीक है ना, तो वो स्टेट के पास पावर्स है कि वो उस रिलीजन के उस चीज को रिमूव कर सकती है. रिसेंटली द प्रैक्टिस ऑफ ट्रिपल तलाक वाज मेड इलीगल इन इंडिया, ठीक है ना. तो दिस कैन बी साइटेड. और बहुत सारे हिंदू धर्म के भी ऐसे कुछ प्रैक्टिसेस हैं दैट जैसे सती प्रथा को बैन कर दिया गया था वे बैक, और ऐसे बहुत सारी प्रथाएं हैं डिफरेंट रिलीजन में जो प्रैक्टिस में की जाती हैं, बट इफ इट इज अगेंस्ट द डिसेंसी और एनी मोरल थिंग और इट इज इंजूरियस टू द हेल्थ ऑफ ए पर्सन, सो उसको एलिमिनेट करना इट इज द इन एम्बिट ऑफ द पावर्स ऑफ द स्टेट. सो आई विल रिपीट इन इंडियन पैरेलेंस, the Indian secularism is secure to the legitimate function of religion and legitimate and expanding feature of the state also. Friends, apart from the preamble, there is no explicit mention that the religion and politics would not be allowed to be mixed. I will repeat. Apart from the preamble to the Constitution of India, there is no explicit mention that the religion and politics would not be allowed to mixed. At the same time, the acquisition of any religious structure, place by state cannot be said to be against the credential of secularism. Again, I will decode this word, means ki in the if state think that ki it is in interest of the common to demolish any religious structure, they are allowed duly, ठीक है ना. तो कोई भी ऐसा प्रोटेस्ट जो किसी रिलीजियस स्ट्रक्चर के डिमोलेशन के लिए होता है जो कि नॉट इन द फेवर ऑफ द नेशन और द स्टेट है, सो इट इज इलीगल. ऐसा प्रोटेस्ट इलीगल है बिकॉज इट इज गिवन इन द सुप्रीम कोर्ट वर्डिक्ट एज वेल that the acquisition of any religious structure placed by the state cannot be said to be against the secularism. Again, basically in India, secularism merely used to in opposite of the communalism. Taken in India, the word secularism is used in opposition to the word communalism. Hope the things are clear to you, friends. Again, as I said that we will discuss the three models of secularism. We have discussed so far universal. Second, we have discussed the Indian model of secularism. ये हमारे बार एक शायद यूपीएससी में आ भी चुका था, यूपीएससी के मेंस में. So you need to give due attention to all these things. Third, we will discuss the Western model of the secularism. Basically, friends, Western model of the secularism is inspired by the American model, wherein it is stated that state need to be separated from the religion and religion need to be separated from the state. I will repeat. The Western model of the secularism is inspired by the American model of the secularism, which state that the state need to be separated from the religion and religion need to be separated from the state. Okay, it means the state cannot intervene into the religious matter, and at the same time, it is said that the religion cannot interfere in the matters of the state. I will repeat: state, religion, they both are mutually exclusive, and state is not supposed to indulge into the matters of the religion, and religion is not supposed to indulge into matter of the state. So hope the things are clear to you. Now, so far we have discussed this universal model of the secularism, Indian model of secularism, and the Western model of secularism, and I have tried to make a clear distinction between all these models of the secularism, and I also try to discuss what is the meaning of the secularism in the Indian parlance. Now we will come to the next word, that is democratic. Friends, the word democratic democratic is inspired from the Greek शब्दावली इसको बोलते हैं vocab, And the word democratic has two meaning basically, demos and katos. Okay, demos means people, katos means government or rule. Okay, so I'll repeat. The word democracy is derived from the Latin Greek verb demos and katos. Demos means people, katos means government and rule. Basically, democracy means a form of government in which power ultimately comes from the people and who are people who are governed, either direct or indirect. I will repeat. If democracy is a form of government in which power ultimately comes from the people who are governed, either directly or indirectly. I will repeat. डेमोक्रेसी में पावर कहाँ से आता है? पीपल से ही आता है. फर्स्ट वर्ड बी द पीपल, ठीक है ना? सो इधर डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली. तो होप द थिंग्स आर क्लियर. It means the connotation of the word democracy is clear to you. Means power to govern itself means democracy. There are basically two type of democracy. I have discussed this before also. डायरेक्ट एंड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव. डायरेक्ट जहाँ पे आप डायरेक्ट आपका स्टेक होता है, रिप्रेजेंटेटिव जहाँ पे आपके चुने हुए रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स आपको रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं इन द पार्लियामेंट और द असेंबलीज लाइक द विधानसभा इन द अपना राज्यसभा किसी भी ऐसे स्टेज पे. Basically, as per modern political pundits, in modern democracy has the necessity of representative and indirect democracy. I will repeat. As per the modern political pundits, in modern democracy, there need to be necessity of indirect representative democracy. ठीक है ना? Unlike few countries वहाँ पे population जहाँ पे बहुत ही कम है वहाँ पे direct democracy is viable, but in country like India, direct democracy is actually not viable. There can be a few things like nowadays FAQs and the public opinion are being asked, which is also a form of direct democracy. But given the nature of Indian polity, हमसे बात करो सुरेश पाल, हम आपसे बात कर रहे हैं. आपका भी कोई भी जो queries है you can ask, ठीक है ना? So I will try to resolve this also. Suresh Pal. Now, coming to the next word, republic. Friend, so far we have discussed 5 keywords to the preamble. Now, coming to the word republic. Basically, republic, the definition of republic is a government where the citizens elect representative to govern on behalf of those citizens for a set amount of time. Okay, I will repeat. What is the meaning of republic? Republic means a government where the citizens elect representatives to govern on behalf of the citizens for a set amount of time. Means यहाँ पे मैं किसी को elect करता हूँ for a certain point of time, ठीक है ना? ताकि वो हमें रिप्रेजेंट कर सकें किसी कॉज के लिए. अगेन आप यदि देखें तो रिपब्लिक एंड डेमोक्रेसी दोनों अलग अलग चीज हो जाती है. बट हम अब बात करें कि हमारा पॉलिटिको एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सिस्टम कैसा है. वी आर हैविंग दिस डेमोक्रेटिक रिपब्लिक. कैसे? आई विल ट्राई टू डिक्लटर दिस क्लटर ऑल्सो. फ्रेंड्स, रिपब्लिक भी दो टाइप के होते हैं, मोनार्की एंड रिपब्लिक्स, ठीक है ना? मोनार्क जैसे भूटान या ब्रिटेन, वहाँ पे राजा अभी भी हैं और ऑल्दो वहाँ पे डेमोक्रेसी भी है, ठीक है ना? बट ये रिपब्लिक है, ठीक है ना, जहाँ पे रिप्रेजेंटेशन कहीं और से थ्रू होता है. और दूसरा हेड ऑफ द स्टेट ऑलवेज इलेक्टेड डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली लाइक यूएसए और इंडिया, ठीक है ना? तो देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ रिपब्लिक, मोनार्क और रिपब्लिक, ठीक है ना? नाउ केस ऑफ इंडिया, as we all know that we are having this democratic republic system. It means a state with an elected head and a government by the representative of the people. What is the meaning of the word democratic republic? It means we are a state with an elected head, president, and the government by the representative of the people. Government by the representative, like हम लोगों ने represent किया किसी पार्टी को, हमें represent करने के लिए like X and Y and Z का, और वो गवर्नमेंट बनाती हैं. और अपने रिपब्लिक में इलेक्टेड हेड लाइक प्रेसिडेंट है. हमारे यहाँ जो प्रेसिडेंट है वो इलेक्टेड होते हैं, ऑल्दो इट इज इनडायरेक्टली इलेक्टेड. So hope the things word republic per se is clear to you. Now coming to the next word, that is justice. What is the meaning of justice? Friends, Justice means the harmonious reconciliation of individual conduct with general welfare of the society. I will repeat. The meaning of the word justice means the harmonious reconciliation of individual conduct with general welfare of the society. In simple word, a just act means which promotes the general well-being. मीन्स कोई एक्ट को जस्ट एक्ट तभी बोलेंगे जब ये किसी कॉमन कॉज को प्रमोट करता है और जनरल वेलबींग को प्रमोट करता है. ओनली देन ए एक्ट कैन बी कॉल्ड एज जस्ट एक्ट. Friends, I will give a due stage to this. The attainment of the common good as distinguished from the individual good is the essence of the justice. I will repeat. Attainment of the common good as distinguished from the individual good is essential or essence of justice. ओके यहाँ पे क्या होता है सोसाइटी के और एक ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल के वेलफेयर को प्राथमिकता दी जाती है रादर देन किसी इंडिविजुअल के इंटरेस्ट को. ठीक है ना, तो इसको जस्टिस बोलेंगे. एंड एज पर आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन देयर आर 3 काइंड ऑफ जस्टिस अवेलेबल इन द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन और इंडियन पॉलिटिकल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सिस्टम. कौन कौन से हैं? सोशल, इकोनॉमिक, पॉलिटिकल जस्टिस. कौन कौन से? सोशल एंड इकोनॉमिक एंड पॉलिटिकल. बेसिकली सोशल एंड इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस को डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिव जस्टिस भी बोला जाता है. अगेन ये एक मतलब अलग मैटर हो जाता है. सो वी आर हैविंग दिस लिमिटेड टाइम एंड स्पेस टू डिस्कस ऑल दिस थिंग्स. So if time will allow, we will discuss also this different classification of the justice, which is known as distributive justice. Okay, as per the Indian constitution, we are having 3 kind of justice: social, economic, and political. And coming to this social justice, we have already discussed in the socialism that what is the meaning of the socialism, but we will try to discuss what is the meaning of the social justice. Basically, social justice means abolition of all form of inequality, which may result into the inequality of the wealth, inequality of the opportunity, inequality of the state, race, caste, or title. Okay, as per the definition of the social justice, it is the abolition of all form of the inequality, which may result into the inequality of the wealth, opportunity, state, race, caste, title, etc. And it need to be achieved by the directive principle of the state policy. DPSP के थ्रू इसको हम लोग अचीव करने का ट्राई करते हैं, which is not binding on the government. It is only a directive. Instruments of instructions होते हैं गवर्नमेंट के लिए कि आपको क्या क्या करना चाहिए in order to turn into a welfare state rather than a police state. Now, how judiciary defines this justice? Again, I will try to draw a parallel between judiciary and justice. As per the Supreme Court, social justice was a dynamic device to mitigate the suffering of poor, weak, and elevate them to level of equality to live life with dignity. I will repeat. As per the judiciary or as per the Supreme Court, social justice is a dynamic device to mitigate the suffering of poor, weak, and elevate them to the level of equality to live life with the dignity. Friends, Preamble and Article 38 to the Constitution of India envision social justice as the arch to ensure life to be meaningful and livable with dignity. I will repeat. There are 2 provisions. First, in the Preamble to the Constitution, and second, in the Article 38 to the Constitution of India, which talks about to secure social order to promote welfare of the people. And it ensures that life to be meaningful, life need to be meaningful and livable with the dignity. Okay, so hope the meaning of the word justice, economic, social and political is clear to all of you. Political justice आपको वोटिंग का अधिकार है, ठीक है ना, और इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस वो आपको डिफरेंट मीन्स के थ्रू मिलते हैं. Although one of prime objective of the social justice is to achieve this or to eliminate the maximum inequality among the different section of the society in terms of economic parlance. Okay, now coming to the word liberty. Liberty comes from the Latin word liber. This means free. Friends, recently the libor, LIBOR, I guess, was in news actually sometimes. It was a Facebook cryptocurrency which was in news named Libor. Actually, you can draw this, corollary between the word liberty, which comes from Latin word liber and libor. Okay, so there is something similar, means liberty, free economy. Matlab they talks about this free currency, that is cryptocurrency, bitcoins kind of thing. That is pitched by the Facebook, although not related to this topic, but कहीं ना कहीं correlate हो गया. Now, what preamble try to achieve? Liberty of thought, liberty of expression, liberty of belief, liberty of faith, and liberty of worship. I will repeat. Preamble to the Constitution try to achieve liberty of the thought, liberty of expression, liberty of belief, liberty of faith, and liberty of worship. Basically, friends, the word liberty comes from the French ideal. It means, as per the French ideal, liberty means the power to do like anything that does not injure another. I will repeat. As per the French ideal, liberty means the power to do anything one likes, but it does not need to harm or injure any other's interest. That is the meaning of liberty. But actually, there are two meaning of word liberty. सिक्के के दो पहलू होते हैं, इस तरह लिबर्टी के दो पहलू हैं. पहला पहलू नेगेटिव है, दूसरा पहलू पॉजिटिव लिबर्टी. Negative liberty in terms of political administrative system, what is it? As per the negative connotation, liberty means, in terms of political administrative system, liberty means absence of all undue or arbitrary interferences with the individual within the individual activity on the part of the state. I will repeat. Liberty got two type of meaning. One is negative liberty and second is the positive liberty. What is the meaning of negative liberty? It means absence of all undue or arbitrary interferences with an individual activity on the part of the state. Means state cannot or shall not or must not encroach upon the life of an individual. But ये negative connotation है liberty का. एक पॉजिटिव साइड भी है लिबर्टी का. व्हाट इट टॉक्स अबाउट, इस बार यूपीएससी का एग्जैक्टली स्टेटमेंट था. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ लिबर्टी? एज पर द पॉजिटिव्स, इन द पॉजिटिव सेंस, लिबर्टी मींस which are considered essential for the individual to attain his potentialities. Okay, liberty in positive sense means are considered essential to an individual to attain its potentialities. मीन्स एक आदमी के पोटेंशियल को अचीव करने के लिए जो भी होना चाहिए, दैट इज नोन एज द लिबर्टी. एंड ऑल्सो फॉर द परफेक्शन ऑफ द नेशनल लाइफ. दूसरा एग्जाम्पल इसका ये भी साथ में राइडर भी है कि वो परफेक्शन ऑफ नेशनल लाइफ के साथ वो अलाइन होना चाहिए. आई विल रिपीट इट. एज पर द पॉजिटिव डेफिनेशन और कनोटेशन ऑफ द लिबर्टी, वर्ड लिबर्टी, it states that liberty are rights which are considered essential for an individual to attain its potentialities. Okay, hope the meaning of the word liberty is clear to all of you. Now, how constitution try to achieve this word liberty? Article 25 to 28, right to freedom of religion. आपको liberty मिलती है to practice any religion of your choice. ठीक है ना? Again, Article 19, liberty of expression is there. ठीक है ना? तो वो क्वालिफाई करती है यहाँ से. लिबर्टी टू टाइप्स की, पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव. पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव दोनों हम लोग ने डिस्कस कर लिया. ठीक है ना? नाउ नेक्स्ट वर्ड इज इक्वलिटी ऑफ द स्टेटस एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी. व्हाट इज इट्स इक्वलिटी ऑफ स्टेटस एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी? वी विल ट्राई टू डिस्कस. Friends, actually the genesis of the word equality of status and opportunity lies into the American Declaration of the Independence 1776, wherein it was held that it was quote unquote, actually I'm quoting unquoting, as per the American Declaration of the Independence, it stated that we hold these truth to be self-evident that all men are created equal. As per the American Declaration of Independence, we hold these truth to be self-evident that all men are created equal. ये अमेरिकन कनोटेशन है किस चीज का? इक्वलिटी का. Again, as per the French Revolution, men are born and always continue to free and equal in respect of their rights. As per the French ideals of liberty or equality, men are born and always continue to free एंड इक्वल इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ देयर राइट्स, ठीक है ना, इसको बोलते हैं वहां पे इक्वलिटी। फ्रेंड्स, इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी is secured to the people of India by abolishing all distinctions and discrimination by state between citizens and citizen, on the between the state, citizen and the state, on the ground of race, caste, sex, place of birth, religion, etc. Okay, I will repeat. Equal opportunity is secured in the Indian Constitution to the people of India by abolishing all distinctions and discrimination by the state between the citizens in terms of the ground like the race, caste, sex, and place of the birth. ठीक है ना? And basically Article 14 and Article 15 of the Indian Constitution and Article 17 of the Indian Constitution reinforce this affirmation. I will repeat. Article 14 and Article 15 followed by the Article 17 reinforce the word equality of the status and opportunity to the citizens of India. Now, basically there are two confusing words, equality and equity. I will try to declutter the clutter between all these words. What is the meaning of equity and equality? Friends, equity means justice and fairness in manner of treating individual. Means justice and fairness in manners of treating individual is known as equity. Okay. At the same time, equality means everyone is at the same level. I will repeat. Equality means justice and fairness in the manner treating individual, and equality means everyone is at the same level. Again, equity is a process and equality is the outcome. Means equality is necessary condition to achieve the equality. I will repeat. Friends, equality is a process and the equality is outcome. I will repeat. Equity is the process and equality is the outcome. And equality is to attain equality, equity is essential condition or essential parameter in essential benchmark. Again, equity talks about the impartiality, but at the same time, equality talks about the uniformity. In the equity, differences are recognized. In the equality, sameness are recognized. At the same time, in the equality, state talk about the access to what one needs. At the same time, equality talks about the people get the same thing. This simply means कि equity means सबको एक तरह से देखना, equality means सबको एक तरह देखने के लिए कुछ ना कुछ हेल्प कर देना. मैं लेमन टर्म में ये सब बोल रहा हूँ, ठीक है ना. इक्विटी सबको मतलब डिफरेंस को एक्चुअली रिकॉग्नाइज करती है, इक्वलिटी में डिफरेंसेस रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं होते हैं, दूसरे वर्ड में ऐसे, ठीक है. होप things are clear to between difference between equity and equality, but in case something is not clear to you, can google it also, because we are having this limitation also. Mostly it is one way, so in case of leading question you may ask कोई कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा तो with question again. Now coming to the word fraternity. Fraternity word is inspired by the French Revolution, and Indian concept of the fraternity is wider than the concept of the secularism. I will repeat. The word fraternity is derived or borrowed from the French Revolution, and Indian concept of the fraternity is far wider than the secularism. कैसे? Fraternity भाईचारा, ठीक है ना. तो भाईचारा होगा तो सेकुलरिज्म कहीं ना कहीं वो स्ट्राइक करेगा ही, मतलब बहुत ही सिंपल सा है. But I will repeat that Indian model of fraternity is far wider than this concept of the secularism. Hope the things are clear to you. Next, coming to the word dignity of the individual. What is the meaning of dignity of the individual? Actually, dignity of the individual need to be maintained for the promotion of fraternity, and Preamble ensures dignity of each and every individual. I will repeat. Dignity of an individual is to be maintained for the promotion of fraternity, and Preamble ensures dignity of each and every individual. How it is secured? Through the fundamental rights and to the directive principle of the state policy. I will repeat. Dignity of an individual is maintained through the equal fundamental right to all without any discrimination, followed by the directive principle of the state policy, which talks about the welfare state, and it try to remove the inequality and hence to try to ensure the dignity of an individual by enabling them to the decent standard of the life. Okay. Now, coming to the last keyword of the preamble, which is unity and integrity. What is unity and integrity in the Indian connotation? Trust actually for the maintenance of independence and the for to turn our democratic system or credential a success, the unity and integrity is needed. I will repeat, for the maintenance of the independence of the nation and to in order to succeed our democracy, unity and integrity of the entire nation is need to be mentioned maintained. And we all know that India is union of the state. In order to put a separatist tendency, the word unity and integrity of the to the nation was added to the preamble of the constitution. When we talk about the in terms of physics, friend, like what यहाँ पे दो टाइप के फोर्सेस होते हैं, सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स एंड सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स. सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स मतलब जो सेंटर से बाहर की ओर जाती है, सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स मतलब सेंटर की ओर जो आती है, ठीक है ना. तो यूनिटी एंड इंटीग्रिटी वर्ड को एक्चुअली इसलिए ऐड किया गया था प्रीएम्बल में ताकि वो सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स को रीइंफोर्स कर सके. आई विल रिपीट, in order to reinforce the centripetal force of the nation state, ठीक है ना, the word unity and integrity was added into the constitution of the India. मैं ये फिजिक्स के टर्म में बात कर रहा हूँ जस्ट टू आपके अंडरस्टैंडिंग को डेवलप करने के लिए, ठीक है ना. Friends, Article 51 of the Indian Constitution also talks about to how to it is actually indirectly stated how to maintain the unity and integrity of the nation. I will quote this Article 51. As per the Article 51, it is duty of every citizen to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India and defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so. I will repeat, as per the Article 51, it is duty of every citizen to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India and to defend the country and render national services when called upon to do so. So, by all these things, the nation state try to achieve all the ideals and the noble words which is given into the Constitution of the India, and Constitution of the Preamble to the Constitution of India. Now, friends, coming to the few judicial pronouncement, I am running short of time, but I will try to discuss this also. Actually, there are lots of questions if the Preamble was a part of a Constitution or not. और ना ये classically ये debate सबको पता है, but still in order to develop a better understanding, मैं थोड़ा सा उसको भी discuss कर लूँगा. There are actually two school of thoughts are there when it comes to if the preamble is part of Indian Constitution or not. The classical school of thought said that it is mere an ornamental part of the Constitution and not a necessary document. At the same time, the modern school of thought to the preamble of the Constitution on the status of the preamble of the Constitution state that or it is actually enlightened interpretation of the preamble to the Constitution that preamble considered as a sine qua non of the Constitution and designated the preamble as a key to the Constitution. I'll repeat. There are two school of thoughts when it comes to the state of the preamble. First is the classical school of thought. Second is the modern school of thought. Classical school of thought is the opinion that it is mere an ornamental part of the Constitution and not a necessary document. At the same time, the modern school of thought is of the opinion that the preamble is considered as the sine qua non of the Constitution and designated them as a key to the Constitution. Like I stated in the opening statement, it is like a fingerprint of the any device. ये इसको correlate on करने के लिए. But still, there are few important judicial pronouncement which I will like to discuss over here for the next 5 or 10 minutes. Please try to give a due attention to it. First is the बेरूबारी यूनियन केस. हो सकता है बेरूबारी, अब पता नहीं उसको कैसे कैसे करते हैं, बेरूबारी ही है शायद, बेरूबारी यूनियन केस of 1960. एक्चुअली क्या होता है ना, मैं थोड़ा बैकग्राउंड में जाता हूँ, जनरली बैकग्राउंड नहीं बताते तो याद नहीं रहता केस क्या है। बैकग्राउंड इस केस का ये था कि ईस्टर्न पाकिस्तान जो बांग्लादेश हो गया है, तो रेड क्लिफ लाइन वाज सपोज टू बी ड्रॉन बिटवीन इंडिया एंड पाकिस्तान, अनडिवाइडेड पाकिस्तान, ठीक है ना। तो क्या रेड क्लिफ को मिला था कि आप इंडिया के बाउंड्री और पाकिस्तान को बाउंड्री को मार्क कर दें। तो बाय क्लर्कियल मिस्टेक, जो बेरूबारी एक थाना था, ठीक है ना, जो वेस्ट बंगाल की तरफ था, ईस्टर्न पाकिस्तान उस टाइम का बांग्लादेश, सो क्लर्कियल मिस्टेक से वो उनके तरफ चला गया, ठीक है ना, पाकिस्तान के वेस्ट पाकिस्तान की तरफ। टाइप एरर जो हम लोग करते हैं व्हाट्सएप में। तो उसके कारण क्या हुआ कि कुछ लोगों ने सुप्रीम कोर्ट में केस फाइल कर दिया, ठीक है ना। इवेंचुअली इंडिया को वो मतलब वापस लेना पड़ा, बट इसके कंपनसेशन में 10 गांव देने पड़ गए उसको। तो क्वाइट इंटरेस्टिंग केस ऑफ द क्लर्क का मिस्टेक, जहाँ पे आपके 10 गांव का फेट का डिसीजन एक क्लर्क के मिस्टेक के कारण हो जाता है, बट लेट इट बी, होता है ये बड़े बड़े शहरों में, बड़े बड़े देशों में छोटी छोटी चीजें हो जाती हैं। हाँ, तो व्हाट वाज द essence of the case and the relevant judicial pronouncement I would like to quote here. Uh, Basically, as per the Berberi Union case, preamble shows the general purpose behind the several provisions of the Constitution and is thus a key to the minds of the maker of the Constitution. Makers. Okay, I will repeat. As per the Berberi Union case of 1960, the preamble shows the general purpose behind the several provisions of the Constitution and is thus a key to the minds of the makers of the Constitution. But as per this verdict, preamble is not a part of the Constitution. Again, as per the same verdict, preamble is not enforceable in a court of law. These were the verdict of the Berberi Union case 1960. केस का मैंने ब्रीफ दे दिया आपको. Now, second case is related to the famous केशवानंदन भारती case 1973. केशवानंदन, मैं भी यहाँ पे ब्रीफ दे देता हूँ केस का, फिर याद रहेगा क्योंकि आपके मसल मेमोरी में आ जाएगा. केशवानंदन भारती कौन थे ये? He was head of one sect, Hindu sect definitely. So क्या था ना, he was from the Kerala, और वहाँ पे उनके केरला पीठ का कुछ part of land was encroached by the state, उनके कुछ कंस्ट्रक्शन के लिए, and he filed a petition against this kind of encroachment before the Supreme Court under Article 32, and as per the Supreme Court verdict, it was there are many pronouncement on this case, but I will try to quote the relevant judicial pronouncement related to the preamble to the Constitution only. And as per this case, the core question of the case was if the Parliament have the overriding power to amend the Constitution or alter, amend, and abrogate any part of the Constitution. So it was the core question of the entire case. I am facing few questions also. I will come to all this question. Let me finish all this. I have question from Tamil Vardhan, Sandesh, and Pritha. So I will come back to all this question. Please allow me a few time. So coming back to this Keshwanandan Bharti case. So I have given this one background of the case, followed by the core question of the case. If the power of the Parliament to amend the Constitution is unlimited. Second, in other words, could Parliament alter, amend, and abrogate any part of the Constitution? Okay, even to the extent of taking away the fundamental rights. And what was the judicial pronouncement of the case? Supreme Court, I am talking about the relevant judicial pronouncement only related to the preamble. The Supreme Court rejected the earlier opinion in the Berberi Union case that and held that preamble is a part of the Constitution. So, in the Keshwanandan Bharti case, it was held that the preamble is a part of the Indian Constitution. Also, it was observed in this case that the preamble is of extreme importance and the Constitution should be read and interpreted in the light of the grand and noble vision expressed in the preamble. I will repeat. As per the Keshwanandan Bharti case verdict, The preamble is of extreme importance, and the Constitution should be read and interpreted in the light of the grand and novel vision expressed in the preamble. Okay, so hope the judicial pronouncement to the preamble, status of the preamble of the Constitution is clear to you. Again, the status of the preamble was defended by the Supreme Court. I will quote few words of the verdict. Like the Supreme Court was the opinion that the preamble may not be an essential part of the ordinary statute, but it is an essential part of the constitutional law. I will repeat. As per the Supreme Court, the preamble may not be an essential part of the ordinary statute, but it is an essential part of the constitutional law. Second, Supreme Court admitted that the few facts regarding to the preamble were not noticed in the Barbary Union case, and these facts established the preamble as a part of the constitution. It means यहाँ पे माना गया कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के लोग भी गलतियां करते हैं और इसलिए यहाँ पे हमेशा एक रूम होना चाहिए फॉर द अमेंडमेंट एंड फॉर द रिविजिट और रिवीजन ऑफ एनी verdict. Third part, it has been adopted by the Constituent Assembly in the same manner as the other part, so it is also a part of the Constitution always. And the motion by which the preamble was adopted said that the question is the preamble stands part of the Constitution. और जिस motion से करता we have enacted and adopted this institution, preamble. So by the force of this, it is said that preamble is it was verdicted that the preamble is a part of the very much Constitution only. And also the preamble was enacted after the rest of the Constitution was already enacted. As I said in the our opening statement, the preamble was enacted after the rest of the Constitution already enacted, and the preamble was inserted in the end to ensure that there is no inconsistency between the preamble and the other provision of the Constitution. I will repeat, the preamble was enacted after the rest of the Constitution in order to ensure that there is no inconsistency between the preamble and other provision of the Constitution. So these were the verdict of the Constitution, and it was reformed by S.R. Bommai case of 1994, and Supreme Court again said that this preamble is integral to the Constitution. Hope the things are clear to you, if the preamble is part of the Constitution or not. So as per the Supreme Court verdict, ये part ही है Constitution का. So now I will try to give next 5 minutes to the what are the importance of the preamble to the Constitution. इतनी देर हम लोगों ने discussion, what is the importance of this? So basically, friends, preamble to the Constitution is a vital tool of constitutional conflict management. How? Friends, the Constitution should be read and interpreted in the light of the grand and novel vision of the expressed in the preamble. It need to be read with doctrine of harmonious construction. Okay, while interpreting on any conflicting thing, the preamble is a guiding force, and it is being used as a tool to resolve all this kind of conflict, constitutional conflict. Okay, so that is it's a important. But Supreme Court held in this Gopalan case, A.K. Gopalan case of 1915, that preamble cannot be invoked when the provision of the Constitution are explicit. मीन्स जहाँ पे सब कुछ क्लियर है वहां पे आप प्रियम्बल के प्रोविजंस को कोट नहीं कर सकते. जहाँ पे चीजें क्लियर नहीं है वहीं पे आप कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रिजोल्यूशन के लिए प्रियम्बल के प्रोविजंस को कोट कर सकते हैं. अगेन second is it is an aid to the doctrine of harmonious construction. What is harmonious construction? When there is a conflict between two or more statute or between the parts of the provision of the statute, ठीक है ना, preamble helps to construct it harmoniously. Like if there is a debate between if the fundamental right is having superior or upper hand, or it is a DPSP which is having upper hand, or it is a fundamental right which is having upper hand, or it is a fundamental duty which is having upper hand. So in such constitutional conflict, the preamble is a tool and an aid to help in order to come to the doctrine of the harmonious construction while interpreting the philosophy of the constitution or the preamble. Again, the philosophy of the preamble was invoked to solve the conflicting relationship between the fundamental rights and directive principles, and between different fundamental rights and legislative privileges. I will repeat. What is the utility of the preamble when it comes to the conflict resolution between the fundamental rights and DPSP and between different fundamental rights? If the Article 14 is having this upper hand, or Article 15 is having upper hand, or the fundamental rights to religion are upper hand, or right to equality are having equal upper hand. So in such conditions, this provision of preamble is help to interpret this constitution. Again, it is a projector. Third importance is it is a projector of desired established state. I will repeat. The preamble is a projector of desired established state. What it proclaims? The preamble proclaims that the solemn resolution of the people of India is to constitute India into the sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. I will repeat. The preamble proclaims that India shall be a sovereign, socialist, secular, and democratic republic. So it is a projector of desired established state to the Constitution of India. Actually, the significance of the preamble to the Indian Constitution lie in the we the people, and these words emphasize that ultimately the power are vested in the hand of the people. The word sovereign occupies a vital role in the country, and it means that supreme or independent, and embodies India as internally, externally sovereign, and it is free from the control of any foreign power or any foreign authority. Okay. Again, fourth importance of the preamble to the Constitution is it is an help of legislation and statute. Actually, the preamble contains the recitals showing the reason for the enforcement of any legislation and prevents the legislation to fall in arms of ambiguity. It means where there is a scope of the ambiguity, वहाँ पे preamble को invoke किया जाता है, ठीक है, और वहाँ वो help करती है ambiguity को खत्म करने के लिए. These were the utility of the preamble to the Constitution. Hope the things are clear to you. हाँ, now criticism है कुछ preamble का, although I am limiting the time, but थोड़ा complete कर देते हैं. It is preamble is being criticized as it is overtly utopian in nature. Utopian means अच्छी अच्छी बातें बहुत सारी हैं, but वो ground पे लाने के लिए it will take lots of resource and time and energy to materialize all these things. तो ये criticism है one of criticism preamble का. And आप मतलब there are lots of things like when we talk about this. If the power rests in the people of India, or India is really a socialist country, or India socialism or secular credential India can be intact, or equality है कि नहीं India में. So you have different examples of it, like कि आप criticize कर सकते हैं कि the preamble is excessively utopian in nature, but at the same time आपको एक draw करना पड़ता है balance between the criticism and to the पॉजिटिव साइड ऑफ एनी एस्पेक्ट. तो आप वहां पे ये भी बता देंगे कि नहीं, प्रीएम्बल एक इंडिया का सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ठीक है, एंड बहुत सारी चीजें, इकोनॉमिक इनइक्वालिटी को रिमूव करने के लिए देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ पॉलिसीज. अनटचेबल को हम लोगों ने एटलीस्ट रिमूव किया. देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ इनैक्टमेंट and the provisions are in the constitution are there in order to remove all this inequality, to ensure economic, political and social justice. There are lots of provision in the constitution, and the parliament is also, and the government and the bureaucrats are trying hard to achieve all these goals, but it will take time to achieve any goal. So let us end into the positive note that all these ideals projected into the preamble of constitution are achievable per se, and by collective force or by collective will, we will try to cover all these ideas as projected by our founding fathers. And the spirit of the constitution need to be kept alive. So here I will like to conclude my entire this webinar on this, the preamble to the constitution. And to the concluding remark, like I would like to conclude also what we have discussed so far. फ्रेंड्स वी हैव डिस्कस जस्ट रिकैप, जैसे मूवी शो में जब होता है कुछ आप भूल जाते हैं, लास्ट में रिकैप दे देते हैं, ठीक है ना. तो वी हैव ट्राई टू कवर द it was actually bird's eye view of the preamble to the constitution in order to give you a good understanding. Ultimately आपको खुद से पढ़ के सारी चीजें करनी होती हैं क्लियर, बट आई एम ट्राइंग टू जस्ट क्लट द क्लटर और ट्राई टू डिकोड फ्यू वर्ड्स इन ऑर्डर टू गिव अ बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग टू यू, एक होल्डिंग हैंड देने के लिए आपको. दैट इज आवर पर्पस. Again, what we have discovered, what we have discussed so far, we have discussed that what is the meaning of the constitution, few standard definition of the preamble to the constitution, historical meaning we have discussed, followed by the what is the purpose of the constitution, and I have tried to decode at least 12 keywords of the constitution, of the preamble to the constitution, followed by few judicial pronouncement, starting from the Belura Union to the this A.K. Gopalan cases, followed by the what is how why the preamble is important, and criticism of the preamble was also discussed because of giving this time constraint. Try to freeze it a little bit. When we try to discuss if the preamble was utopian or excessively on the high hopes, I will say, rather say कि ज़्यादा ही आप लोगों ने accept कर लिया through the preambles. And last एक concluding remarks, no preamble to the constitution are noble ideas, and it's one of the noblest word that human being have devised so far, and we will try hard to achieve all these goals given into the preamble to the constitution. Hope you have all enjoyed this. In case you are liking the video, please like कीजिए, comment कीजिए और subscribe भी कीजिए हमारे चैनल को. And I will try to discuss few questions which are coming from our students. Again, this is not needed. Like आपको अच्छा नहीं लगता तो आप comment भी कर सकते हैं. बुरा कुछ लग रहा है, like you are not liking my face, you can also comment on this. Or you are not liking the content or the delivery, you can comment. We will try to improve on this all these aspects in order to deliver a better kind of thing to all of you. But we are trying hard to achieve all this. We can see the amount of time and the pen we are giving to holistically cover any topic. So we expect also that it is being good. So आप यदि comment करते हैं या फिर like या ऐसा कुछ करते हैं तो it gives a moral support to us also. Now coming to the question. Sorry. The first question is from the Tamil Vardhan. Sir, the question is, sir, how to read for geography optional with CrackIAS material, because the materials contains full of the theories and explanation. How to read them parallelly with answer writing. Tamil, actually, I'm not from the. I'm sorry to say that I'm not from the geography optional, so I have this limited understanding of the geography optional also. But मतलब ऐसा होता है कि I think I'm not the fit person to answer this question basically, but try to cover all this kind of material with the concept based on this maps and all. जैसे हम लोग जीएस पे ज्यादा मतलब मैं यदि कर रहा हूँ, मतलब ऑप्शनल आपका ठीक है, बट व्हेन वी टॉक्स अबाउट दिस ऑप्शनल तो वी ट्राई टू कवर दिस थ्योरी पार्ट विद द मैप्स. आज के टाइम में गूगल अवेलेबल है, यू कैन गो Google, YouTube, anything. There are lots of theory. You can develop a good understanding of all these theories visually, because visually थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा impact आपके brain memory को मिलता है, ठीक है ना. तो in case there is continental drift theory, you can Google it. आपको YouTube पे link मिल जाएगा, ठीक है ना. Just go for the all these concept, 3D concepts हैं वहाँ पे आपको, ठीक है ना. तो it will help you to clear the concept related issues and the theoretical aspect जो थोड़ा boring होता है with the geography option. But I am not from the geography, which is but natural limited understanding about this optional thing. But we will try to कोई optional जो geography का है ना, so we'll try to get in touch with you in order to resolve this your query. It is being noted that there is some issues, so we'll try to remove this also. I will try to connect you with the person concerned. Sandesh Singh का question है, sir, if India want to unite with neighboring countries, then whether sovereignty of India will be, yeah, look, unity in what terms? Unity in terms of SSN. Question मैं कर रहा हूँ, संदेश सिंह का question है, sir, if India want to unite with neighboring countries, then whether sovereignty of India will be compromised. friend, I told you earlier that our sovereignty is undividable. Okay, when we talks about this sovereignty aspect, it is undividable. But if India is, मैं एक imaginary condition लेता हूँ कि इंडिया यूरोपियन यूनियन की तरह कोई यूनियन यदि बनाती है, तो क्या इंडिया की sovereignty compromise होगी? तो it will depend on the various terms and conditions also. But as per current scenario, जब भी ऐसा कोई केस होता है तो इट विल बी सीन दैट कि प्रेजेंट गवर्नमेंट का क्या स्टैंड है, और जनरली एक ओपिनियन भी लेंगे वो लोग, ठीक है ना। और मैं नहीं सोचता कि कभी इंडिया का सोवरेनिटी इंडिया कभी कंप्रोमाइज करने वाले इन नेक्स्ट 20 to 25 ईयर्स। और बट बाद में कुछ सिनेरियो चेंज हो सकता है, लाइक सार्क यू जैसा यदि बन जाए और कुछ ऐसा हो जाए, कलेक्टिवली वी कैन वर्क अपॉन। सो ट्रेडिशनल टर्म में सोवरेनिटी अब कुछ बची नहीं है किसी देश की, बट स्टिल there are certain elements of the sovereignty which is still being saved or will be saved by any standard. So be sure that it will not be compromised at least in the next 10 or 25. But if it is by the due process और सब कुछ प्रोसेस फॉलो किया गया है, so मुझे नहीं लगता कि सोवरेनिटी बहुत ज्यादा एक मैटर करती है. You never know the future. Now the question next is from the Pritha Rao Chaudhary. I hope the diction is ठीक. Pritha ही नाम है. Sir, got a query relating to President's power with regards to money bill reserved for him by the governor. So, looking for the praise to pass a money bill for the state legislation. तो ये मनी बिल को पहले आप समझना पड़ेगा. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ मनी बिल? मनी बिल क्यों आती है पहले आप समझिए प्रीता. कोई ऐसा कंडीशन जहाँ पे मतलब नेसेसिटी हो जाती है किसी चीज की ना, ताकि इंडिया के फाइनेंसेस को कोई डिस्टर्बेंस ना हो, ठीक है ना, या फिर स्टेट के फाइनेंसेस को कोई डिस्टर्ब. जनरली क्या होता है ना, जब प्रोसेस कोई फॉलो होती है ना तो काफी टाइम लगता है उसमें, ठीक है ना. सो उसको यदि नॉर्मल प्रोसेस से फॉलो करते हैं तो बहुत ही टाइम लग जाता है, कोई ऑब्जेक्शन कर देगा, कोई कुछ कर देगा. इसलिए मनी बिल के पास ये ओवरराइडिंग पावर दिए गए हैं कि मनी बिल को आप किसी दूसरे मतलब इसमें डिस्कस नहीं कर सकते, और it is obligatory on the part of the president to give assent to all this bill. रीजन क्या होता है कि जो मनी बिल इंट्रोड्यूस होता है वो पहले प्रेसिडेंट के असेंट से ही होता है, तभी वो इंट्रोड्यूस होता है. इट इज अ क्लॉज आल्सो इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, ठीक है ना. तो ये होता है कहाँ अपना यूनियन में, मींस पार्लियामेंट में ऐसा होता है कि मनी बिल यदि इंट्रोड्यूस होता है पहले प्रेसिडेंट से परमिशन ले लिया जाता है, फिर मनी बिल को क्लॉजेस अपना जो स्पीकर ऑफ द हाउस है यानी लोकसभा का स्पीकर, वो डिसाइड करते हैं कि इफ एनी बिल कम्स इनटू द एम्बिट ऑफ द मनी बिल, और वो फिर जाता है पहले लोकसभा में डिस्कस का पास होगा, राज्यसभा में सिर्फ इंट्रोड्यूस होता है, वहाँ पे आपके कमेंट्स मिलते हैं, आप कमेंट करके वापस भेजिए विद अ सर्टेन पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. नहीं भी भेजते हैं तो भी डीम टू बी पास्ड बाय द राज्यसभा, और ये फिर प्रेसिडेंट के पास जाता है फॉर द असेंट. और इनकेस कुछ सजेशन है तो लोकसभा चाहती है, यदि उनको समझती है लोकसभा कि ये ठीक है तो वो करती है, नहीं है उसको लगता है कि ये ठीक नहीं है तो वो नहीं करेगी, और वो प्रेसिडेंट के पास आता है और पास होता है. नाउ कमिंग टू द स्टेट थिंग. स्टेट में क्या होता है ना, गवर्नर के पास यहाँ पे पावर है कि वो करता है कि नहीं करता है. कुछ सर्टन सर्कमस्टेंसेस में गवर्नमेंट के पास ऑब्लिगेटरी होता है टू रेफर केसेस टू द प्रेसिडेंट, और कुछ केसेस में उसके पास डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर्स होते हैं, और द पावर्स ऑफ द गवर्नर आर मोर देन द पावर्स ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट व्हेन वी टॉक इन टर्म्स ऑफ दिस पासिंग एंड ऑल. क्योंकि गवर्नर अपने डिस्क्रिप्शन पे भी बहुत सारे डिसीजन ले सकता है, प्रेसिडेंट नहीं ले सकता, क्योंकि वहां पे हमेशा काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर नीड टू बी देयर बाय द फोर्स और द वर्च्यू ऑफ आर्टिकल 74 आई गेस, या आर्टिकल 74. बट वहां पे स्टेट में ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, वहां पे गवर्नर के पास अपने ऑब्लिगेटरी पावर्स होते हैं. तो ऐसे केसेस में गवर्नमेंट प्रेसिडेंट इज नॉट ऑब्लाइज टू साइन द मनी बिल. बट उसके भी सर्टन राइडर्स होते हैं. आपको ज्यादा कोई इश्यू लग रहा है तो जस्ट गेट इन टच विद अस, ठीक है ना. आपको जो भी मतलब मुझे थोड़ा सा क्लियरिटी नहीं लग रहा है, आपने थोड़ा सा एम्बिगुअस स्टेटमेंट यूज किया हुआ है. बट इन केस यू आर हैविंग दिस क्वेरी कि पास कर सकता है कि नहीं पता ऑब्लिगेटरी है, तो ऑब्लिगेटरी नहीं है, ठीक है ना. बट विद सर्टन राइडर्स ऑल्सो, नॉट इन द दिस एब्सोल्यूट वीटो इंडिया के प्रेसिडेंट को नहीं है, क्वालिफाइड ही है अभी, ठीक है ना. सो होप द थिंग्स आर क्लियर टू मेरे. नेक्स्ट एनी क्वेश्चन? I guess there are 3 questions also. Again, I guess I've tried my level best to clear all these doubts. होप इट इज क्लियर टू यू पीपल ऑल्सो इन केस यू आर हैविंग एनी लीडिंग क्वेश्चन, कुछ चीजें क्लियर नहीं है या कुछ चीजें लग रही है कुछ कंफ्यूजिंग है आपके लिए। क्वेश्चन है तमिल वर्धन, ओ थैंक्स फॉर योर नॉलेज, वेलकम तमिल। It is Tamil Vahan, I guess Tamil Vahan. Okay. Tamil Vahan, thank you so much for the your kind word of appreciation. It means a lot to me because it gives a moral support to us to deliver this kind of lectures. Like it really takes a lot of time and pen to deliver all these things. Hope you guys are enjoying, and please subscribe to our channel. Refer in case you are having any friend who are preparing for the UPSC or any relevant exam like state PCS. Please refer to them, and we are having this courses like the red book, and we are also launching new courses like the q books, and there are free test series films ke liye, and we are also launching this mains test series. Hope you are finding all this good or good. Please provide us with the feedback in order to no, better understand your needs. आप लोगों में से किसी को लगता है कि ये स्पेसिफिक टॉपिक या कोई करंट अफेयर्स से रिलेटेड टॉपिक्स जरूरत है डिस्कस करने की, विल ट्राई टू डिस्कस, बट आप हमें पहले से इन्फॉर्म कर दीजिए। विल ट्राई टू डिस्कस ऑल दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेरीज विद बेस्ट ऑफ आवर कैपेसिटी। थैंक यू सो मच, लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड, विल मीट नेक्स्ट वीक। थैंक यू, बाय बाय। इन स्ट्रीम